Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you would like to see how I get this look, keep watching. This is me with my natural skin, being silly and crazy as I am. So first I'm going to go in with the L'Oreal Paris Infallible Mattifying Base, and it's a gel primer, and I'm just dotting that in the corners of my face, and I'm going to be rubbing that in. Next, I'll be using a spoolie to brush through my eyebrow hairs and to make sure that everything is nice and smooth. So just make sure you brush your hairs into the right position you want them to be. I personally don't use wax or any kind of thing to keep their hairs in place. Then I'm going in with a black pencil for the ends of my eyebrows, and this pencil is from Primark. It's in black. Yeah, so just do the same for the other side. And then I'm going to go in with a Primark eyebrow gel for the fronts of my eyebrows so that it's not too harsh. This gives a nice natural gradient. Next, I'm going to be using a MUA Luxe Bronze Shimmer Tube Stick, and this is in the darkest shade. It's a really nice golden colour, and I'll be using this to apply to my face to give it a nice glowy appearance. My skin has been looking quite dry recently, and so it's nice that I'm able to use this as a base before I put on my foundation. Spray your brush. And then use a flat top brush just to blend all of that in nicely. Blend, 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 blend. Next, I'm going to be using the L'Oreal True Match Foundation in Deep Golden, and I'll be using this to outline my eyebrows. I find that this is a more natural way to do it, and I'll be using a concealer brush to do so. So I'm just going to be lining my eyebrows with this foundation, and this will avoid me getting a harsh halo brow, especially on the top of my eyebrows. But you will see that I go in with a lighter concealer for the bottom of my eyebrows just to give it a more defined shape so that you can see it, a clear definition from lid to brow. But this is a nice warm shade to prevent a halo brow. So next I'm going in with the LA Girl Pro Conceal in Beautiful Bronze, and I'm using this underneath my eyebrows in the arches to give a lighter shade. I'll also be dragging that down into my eyelids just to colour correct it slightly. Spray that beauty blender and then blend that concealer out on your eyelids and outwards onto your forehead. Me blending it onto my forehead doesn't make my forehead too light, which is a positive thing. Next, I'm going to be using the Black OPAL True Colour Stick Foundation, and I'll be using it in the shade Suede Mocha. It's a very nice deep orange shade, and I think it suits me quite well at this time of the year. So I'll just be swiping that onto the corners of my face, if you like, into those areas. I'm just weird and I'm crazy. I know. Spray that booty blender, and you would want to bounce and drag this foundation, as it doesn't blend very well if you just bounce, I find. So it's almost like a bouncing and blending. Then I go back in with some makeup fixing spray, and I use a flat top brush just to blend that, to make it easier for myself so I don't spend too much time using a booty blender to blend it out. Now that's all blended nicely, hopefully, just make sure you go over it. And at the side of my head there is some gel that's been stuck, so I'll go back in and rectify that. So the foundation has bunched up there, but I'll go back in and rectify that. And this is the base so far. I think it's quite good, if I might say so myself. Them edges on fleek, girl. I'm addicted to Broad City and I got this from Milana, so yeah, sue me. Next I'll be going in with the same L'Oreal True Match foundation that I use for my eyebrows, and I'll be using that to conceal my under eye area with a Real Techniques concealer brush. And this is a more natural highlight shade than I used in my previous video. And this foundation doesn't dry out my under eyes. This winter I've had really dry under eyes, and this foundation actually aids in the moisturization under there and the glowiness, so I think I'll stick to this for concealing my under eyes. I'm going to go in with the Toast concealer just to brighten it a bit, but because I've used foundation first, it's not as drying and it's not as thick and it's not as harsh too, so I think it's a very nice highlight colour that works well for girls of my skin shade. If you are a MAC, for example NW55, then you can use these two things together for your highlight shades. So just go through and keep on blending using that booty blender to blend. I don't know why it makes me laugh. It makes me laugh every time I say it, but just keep blending and trying to make everything seamless without any lines. So next I'm applying Toast concealer to my eyelids, and this is to cancel out any darkness and to give a nice base for the eyeshadow that we will be applying very soon. Next I'm going in with the L'Oreal True Match foundation in Espresso, and this is the deepest shade. I used to use this for my face, but it is just too dark, so I'm going to use it for a concealer, for a contour shade instead. So I'm just using a beauty blender to bounce that into the hollows of my cheeks, and then going around in the perimeters of my face to give a nice gradient effect. You want to make sure you place it in the right area. Also, you can put it on your jawline just to ensure that your neck and your jawline are close in colour. Sometimes they won't match just because your skin colour as a personal colour won't always be the same due to hyperpigmentation. So just try and get it as close as possible. That's the aim really. And so I'm just blending out my concealer, my contour, sorry, and then using a blush to make it more seamless. Next I'm going in with a fluffy brush and some translucent face powder, and I'll be setting my whole face including my contour. Dab that in. I'm not really a fan of baking because it makes my under eyes really dry, and it makes where I bake very dry, and for me really it's just not the best thing. Next I'm going in with the LA Girl Pro Face HD powder in Cocoa, and I'll be using a contour brush from Real Techniques, and I'll be placing that dark colour into the hollows of my cheeks. I also thought this face powder was my shade, but it wasn't, so now I use it for contour. And just to clean up my contour, because I feel like it went a bit haywire, I'm going in with the lighter L'Oreal True Match foundation, deep golden, and I'm just cleaning that up. And hopefully it doesn't look too crazy. So just going in and blending that out as best as I can, cleaning that contour line up. Then I go back in just to re-intensify that contour with a pure pomegranate eyeshadow shade. Next I'm using a generic fluffy brush, and I'll be going into the creases of my eyelids with that pomegranate shade I used for my contour. It's a nice warm pinky reddy shade for women of my skin tone, and it's a really nice crease colour. Next I'm going in with a flat brush, eyeshadow brush, and I'll be using this palette and going in with the really nice pink eyeshadow shimmery shade, and I'll be using that for my lids. Just keep applying that to your lids and trying to do it as nicely and as seamlessly as possible. I'm also applying it into the tear ducts of my eyes. It acts as inner highlight and also a lid colour. Then I'm going to go back in with that transition shade or crease colour and then re-intensify that just to make it more apparent. So just building up those colours and trying to blend them as seamlessly as possible. Next I'm going in with a generic small fluffy brush, and I'll be using the darker shade in the palette to deepen my crease a little bit. So first I'm placing it on my lid with that brush, more detailed than the other one. And then I'll be going back in with a larger fluffy brush to dispense that product, that darker colour, and to blend it out hopefully seamlessly. Next I'm going in with some liquid eyeliner, and I'll be doing my wing liner. This stage of my makeup always makes me nervous. It never used to, but for some reason I just get really nervous now. So I'm gonna skip the stages. And yeah, I try and get it as even as possible, just by trying to follow the natural lines of my eye to get it as symmetrical, although I never really get it 100% symmetrical. So that's the look so far. No lip shade, with eyeliner, eyeshadow, highlight, contour, foundation and powder. So next I'll be going in with the Sleek Makeup Pressed Powder in the colour Super Tan, and I'll be using that to set everything on my face, just to give it a more seamless look and a nice natural finish. Next I'll be going in with a mascara. You can use any one you want, and I'll be applying this to my eyelashes. I don't really wear fake eyelashes, so I use mascara instead. I need to invest in a better mascara just so that it makes up for the fact that I'm not wearing lashes, I guess. I'll look into that. So this is the look with just mascara, and I'm being crazy again. Yeah, that's me. And now I'm going in with that same pomegranate shade, and I'm using that for a blush. I have the tendency of using eyeshadows for blushes, and it's great. Next I'm going in with the strobing powder, highlighting powder, and I'll be using this for the high points of my cheek. Just tap off the excess and place that on your cheekbones, the high points of your face. Then I'll be blending it out with a fluffy brush because I don't like too intense highlighter. Next I will be setting my face with a makeup fixing spray. I'm just going all over that to make it all nice and solid and nice. Then I'll be using I'll be using a handheld fan to dry my setting spray. I got that from Barcelona. Next I'm using my, need to buy another one, dark brown lip liner to line my lips. I'm deciding between the two of these colours, and they are darker in real life. I'm going to go in with the one on the left, and then later on the one on the right. And these are their swatches. One is called Mocha Brown and the other is called Eggplant. And they are both drugstore lipsticks from LA Girl. And I'm going in with that first shade, that lighter reddish shade. I'm just applying that onto my lips. And then I go back in with that darker shade over it, and it makes it a nice brown shade. So this is the final look. It's a cream lipstick, so it's quite nice and moisturising. Thank you for watching.